was like, I think I just turned 18, give or take a little bit, and we bought this like spice from a smoke shop, right? Well, I literally thought it was like a legal synthetic weed. I did no research whatsoever. Apparently, you're supposed to take a hit of it, right? I packed a bowl and a bong. I packed a fucking bowl and a bong, and you're supposed to take a hit of it. And I was already like several somas, Vicodins, whatever else deep. I was drinking Heineken and Jaeger. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go chill outside, smoke this stuff because it was cheap and easily accessible. I still remember like everything to this day. I was sitting on like this little like on the ground like balcony thing, whatever, and it had like these terribly painted like white cement or whatever like little wall. And I can remember like the wind chimes and the birds and the bushes slowly like all going together, so I go and sit inside. And once I get there, I put my sweet tarts in my Heineken because that was just like a thing I did at the time, like sweet tarts, like actual candy. I did that. I sat there and I stared directly in front of me, and it was a hallway with like a door, and then a door at the very end. And I start seeing like these spiders that have like monkey heads. They're like multiple monkey heads and spiders. And it was the only time in my life that I actually was so scared I called 911. Well, I didn't call 911 because I physically couldn't like move. But it was like the worst thing I ever experienced. And I remember like I don't know how much time had passed. I just felt like everything was like fading and these spider things were just like fucking everywhere. I don't know if it was like just that itself or everything else that I'd taken it or whatever, but it was bad. So the people I was with, they called for me, and these people come in, like these EMTs, with a gurney. They bring in a fucking gurney, okay? Like, I don't know what was told or whatever, but I showed them the bag and stuff, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna die. Like, these EMTs literally told me to my face, like, that you're going to die. I think they were just trying to scare me, because, like, honestly, like, that apartment complex was, like, known for tweakers, and my last name was Rometti, and at the time, like, my birth last name or whatever, well, it's Craig hyphen Rometti, but at the time, I went by Rometti. And yeah, they knew like your family. Like my uncle would stop someone behind a Safeway, and my dad was always getting in trouble. Anyways, long story short, and they're like, yeah, you're dying, overdosed on this, and we're gonna take you to the hospital. You're probably gonna die. And there's like a really nice pathway like out of the building. And so they strapped me to this gurney. There's a nice pathway out of this building. They didn't take me down the nice pathway. They took me down a hill. They took me down the motherfucking hill. Um, and of course, I was seeing shit. I was just like, I thought I was dying. And then they gave me something while I was in there. Like, I don't remember that. I just remember, like, being in there, them telling me I was dying, going down the hill. Then I was in the ambulance, and everything was, like, yellow. Like, literally everything I saw was yellow. I'm pretty sure it was a combination of whatever the fuck that actually was and how much I took and, like, everything else. So then they give me something. I don't know what. I don't remember. Get to the hospital, I wake up, and, like, one of my homies is there, and, I was like, dude, what the fuck happened? He's like, you feel better? I'm like, yeah, I feel great. I don't know what they gave me. Probably, like, some benzo or something. Um, and then this nurse walks in. I still can, like, see her face and, like, exactly what she looks like. And she's like, so do you have any religious preferences? Or whatever? And I'm like, she didn't ask me any other question. I'm like, are they still going with, like, they think I'm dying thing? Because that makes no sense at this point. So she asked me what religion I was, and I said LaVeyan Satanist, and she went and walked away. And then I don't remember checking out anything. I just looked over at my homie and I was like, do you want to go get Jack in the Box? And he's like, yeah. And so I pulled the thing out my arm, and we got in this like taxi, but it was like one of the minivan ones, because like they didn't have Uber back then. This was like 12 years ago. So we like got a taxi and we're sitting in the back, and we got Jack in the Box, went home and continued drinking. And yeah, it was terrifying, but it didn't last that long. And obviously, like I've done meth, I've done coke, I've done like a speedball mixture of like I think which is like heroin and meth or something like that. I've done every pill imaginable. I have never done any hallucinogens. Weed, no mushrooms, no LSD, no acid, none of that stuff. Just because I feel like, especially after that experience, I would probably rip my eyes out or jump off a building. So, yeah, I still remember those fucking spider monkeys, dude. That shit was crazy. Like, I feel like I would rather take a fucking an edible, and I don't smoke weed. Like, I take CBD, but it's like 20 milligrams of CBD and 1 milligram THC and like five of CBG. But I would rather take an edible and just fucking bear that shit or watch like the Amityville horror than ever see Spice again in my entire life because I literally thought I was dying. And I was being told I was dying. I think it's really fucked up because like nowadays I don't think they get away with that. But at the time like honestly it was like whatever. Like I didn't know if I believed them or not, and honestly it makes the story a lot more fun. So don't do dumb shit.